Well, a little carbon filtering. So this is the exhaust on the room to filter out the smell from inside the room and evacuate high levels of CO2 in case of a CO2 emergency, where if the CO2 injection that's happening in this room for the process going on inside there exceeds in malfunction and goes to a deadly or dangerous level, alarms sound and automatically turn on the exhaust vent. And there's a double redundancy. There's actually another one inside here pushing. That's a pusher fan. So there's a fan pushing in, there's a larger fan evacuating, so the room is under a negative pressure when an emergency alarm system goes off. It not only pushes air in and then air will come out at the same time. It has an evacuation fan that's even bigger than the pusher, but it has to also go in for purging the room intermittently at a lower velocity. It goes through a carbon scrubber, so the smell process that goes in there has to go through carbon before exiting the building and going up. We're just putting this together now. This is all on a zone control that's triggered off the alarms for the CO2 emergency extraction, and then up and out through the roof. And that's what we just did right now. We're just figuring out getting this up and running. We're about to seal off this canister. You got your little low voltage relay that triggers the higher voltage relay contactor to go to the fan up above, and your zone control for your dampeners below. Because during the regular process times, this room is sealed up airtight and it has a very small amount of CO2 injection. The more airtight your room is, the less CO2 you burn. Many guys spend thousands of dollars a week or a month on refilling up their CO2 because their rooms are not airtight and they're not controlling where and how much air is going in and out. And so guys, usually what they should, a tank of CO2, one of the bigger 420-pound tanks, should last you a whole run, a complete 8 or 10 weeks. There's guys who are burning through them every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, when they should literally go months. And the only reason they're wasting all this CO2 and all this money is because they don't know how to control even the seams of your rooms, every seam, even your electrical outlets where you have electric. If this was an electrical outlet that was going through the wall with EMT, it has to be sealed where the EMT would go through the wall. Where it comes out on the inside, you would put a clay plug, which is a fire seal substance, and you would stick it into wiring in the tube where it enters, so the hot humid air from the room never comes through and leaks out. And you have a whole bunch of these entrance and exit points going through. Nobody ever thinks about the electrical entrance and exits that go through a room. That's another thing you want to seal up. Literally, bigger places, facilities can save tens of thousands of dollars on their CO2 cost if they would just take care and seal up their rooms so they're airtight. See you guys later. CO2 extraction for emergency 101. See ya. Very simple, very simple, inexpensive way of doing it.